This is my favorite part, right here.
Hey, you.
Hey. Oh, man. Oh, God, this is so comfy. I'm just gonna lie here and suffocate on my own vomit now.
I had a thing I wanted to tell you.
Uh-huh. This room sure looks different when it's spinning.
So I was browsing through the used book ads in the paper when I...
Listen, Eileen, I'm totally excited about books right now, but...
Wait, hear me out. So I noticed this article about a war veteran from Conwell Springs who just died. I remembered that you used to live there and everything, and...
Oh, how I wish for joyful, blissful sleep.
And get this. His name was Joseph. Joseph Rain.
What did you just say?
You knew him, right? I knew it. I knew you'd know him.
I haven't seen him since I was a kid. A lifetime ago. Hey, wait a minute. I never told you where I grew up.
Oh, well, I might have sort of looked you up.
That is not cool, Eileen. Seriously.
I just couldn't help myself.
Well, one of these days you're gonna help yourself to a restraining order. I'm just telling you this as a friend.
I know. Well, anyway, you should know that the funeral is tomorrow.
Okay.
Are you gonna go?
I don't know. Good night, Eileen.
Good night, Kathy.
Oh, God, make it stop. Eileen's obnoxious alarm clock. The noise makes me want to stab myself with something dull. Looks like Eileen left a note for me here. Hi, Kat. Since it's such a long drive, I set the alarm so you won't miss the funeral. Thank me later. E. I'm so getting a new roommate. Well, I guess I should get going. I'm late enough as it is. I haven't written anything in it yet. I'll write down clues in this as I find them. NZ 500 self-defense stun gun, fully charged. A girl can never be too safe. My trusty Zippo, running a bit low on fuel. There's a crude inscription, BH, which is a mystery to me. The only thing my deadbeat dad left me. My smoke's about a half a pack. Started when I was 12 and never looked back. Pretty much the only thing keeping me sane. Looks handcrafted. Probably something she made in woodworking class. Well, either her or one of her 12 siblings. Honestly, she can believe in what she wants as long as she doesn't try to shove it down my throat. Eileen's schedule. There's a note for today. Set alarm clock for Kathy. Can't have her miss the funeral. That movie's not out yet. It's a promo poster Eileen got for being an extra. She tells everyone who walks in here the same joke. Spoiler alert, the boat sinks. I'm fairly sure it's about some guy who falls in love with his golden retriever. I think that movie is about a girl and a boy who hate each other at first and then they fall in love for no reason at all. Oh, wait. That's every romantic comedy ever. Eileen makes her bed with surgical precision. Would be fun, but a bit too childish, even for me. Eileen's girly suitcase. There's a sticker on it with her full name, Eileen Mildred Summers. Mildred. Oh my God, I'm going to get her for that. I wish I could wrap up that fact and save it for Christmas. Eileen's girly suitcase. There's a sticker. We meet again, Mr. Bear. Don't give me that look. It's not my fault you ended up so close to my lighter. Eileen's closet, filled to the brink with inherited clothes and Christian joy. I can certainly see the appeal of blindly rummaging through Eileen's clothes, but seriously, I've got better things to do. Makeup check, hair check, horrible mood and contempt for humanity check. Color printer. Super fancy, apparently. A fact which Eileen loves to remind me of. Eileen borrowed it from school. She takes a bunch of computer classes. I'm no geek, but I know how to use one. A computer, that is, not a geek. It's some advanced scanner thingy. It can scan pictures, tapes, all sorts of stuff. Our room phone. It's got an external line. The Thing. One of my favorite horror movies. My electric guitar. Got it cheap from a lesbian I met at a concert. Good times. Helped me get rid of my last two roommates. Nah, it's no fun when there's no one around to annoy with it. Pulp Fiction. Love that flick. Just some random band poster. Messy. Just the way I like it. Nah, I just got up. Well, here we are. God, I really need a smoke. Does anyone object? Guess not. Dead people rule. No time for that now. I'm late for the funeral. No time for that now. It says price. A family mausoleum. The family must have been fairly rich. Those things don't come cheap. No reason to go in there.
We are gathered here today to honor a person of great integrity, a pillar of the community, and a decorated war hero. His name was Joseph Irving Rain. We all remember his warm heart, his compassion, and his eagerness to help others. His passing, while our loss, is surely heaven's gain. Now we entrust our brother Joseph to God's mercy. We commit his body to the ground, earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, in sure and certain hope of the resurrection to eternal life through our Lord Jesus Christ. who will transform our frail bodies so they may be conformed to his glorious body, who died, was buried, and rose again for us. To him be glory forever. Amen.
Oh, Kathy, you big baby, just talk to her. Conwell Springs. Looks smaller than I remember it. I never thought I'd return to this place. The coffin is lowered, but the grave hasn't been filled up yet. Rest in peace, Grandpa. I wish things could have been different. Mary Elizabeth Rain, my grandmother on my father's side. Excuse me? Mrs. Rain?
Have we met, Anne? You look strangely familiar.
It's me. It's Catherine.
Catherine who?
You don't recognize me? I guess it's been a while. I might be a bit taller than you remember me.
Kathy? Bless my soul. Look at you, all grown up. Oh, how I wish Joseph could see you now, finally coming home.
Let's hope he can. Wherever he is.
A comforting thought, dear. Lord, how long has it been? 10 years? 15?
15 sounds about right. I was 6 when Mom took me away.
Goodness, we have some catching up to do then. I want to know everything. Listen, I'm not quite ready to leave yet, but why don't you join me at the house in half an hour?
Sure, I'd love to. I passed it on my way here. It shouldn't be too hard to find.
I'll see you soon then. I'm so glad you found your way back home. I can't wait for us to have a chance to talk.
Same here. See you in a bit. It's the priest who performed the service here. You don't want to get me started. Let's just say me and the humble servants of God have a history of not getting along.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Thanks.
If you wish to find God, the Church of the Holy Trinity is always open to you.
Is that so?
Here, have a brochure. It's never too late to turn away from the path of sin.
And what makes you so sure I'm on a sinful path, Father? Wouldn't you say that prejudice is but a small step from the 7 big ones?
I simply meant that we are all sinful creatures, child. I hope to see you at the church.
Don't get your hopes up, buddy.
I'll pray for you. I wish you comfort in this time of grief.
Grandma, anybody home? It's the brochure that priest gave me at the funeral. The logo stands out, but other than that, it's just the usual church mumbo-jumbo. Washing away your sins, salvation, blah, blah. There's also an address at the bottom. You know, if I ever feel like getting my God on. Huh. Good old Satan. Better get his snowmobile ready for that day. I have no idea why this isn't at the bottom of the closest trash can yet. Maybe because it looks like it could serve as half-decent toilet paper. Not that I need yet another reason for the Lord to strike me down. A mere single pair of boots on display. Boy, do we live in different worlds. Nice black leather coat. Right up my alley. Cute red horse. It's some old Swedish thing, I think. This paint looks fresh. Grandma must have had this restored recently. An old wheelchair. Not too dusty. Probably used recently. Huh. Never seen this around. Grandpa must have used it towards the end. Dog fighting. Grandpa used to love that stuff. A small table lamp. A wedding photo from when my grandparents married. They look younger than I am now. Things have sure changed. It's a photo of this very farm from way back. It says June 12, 1910 in the corner. These should come in handy when I need to make calls. It's a phone book, Conwell Springs County. I should be able to use this for looking up phone numbers of people or places in town. I don't have anything to search for yet. Some kind of winter forest scene. I've always wondered if it's supposed to be Conwell Woods or not. I shouldn't overstay my welcome.
Oh, hello, dear. I was just wondering what took you so long.
Sorry, I couldn't resist taking that old wheelchair for a spin. Oh, don't give me that look. I put it back.
You haven't changed one bit. Always kidding around, just like when you were little. Come, have a seat. We have so much to talk about. So, now, tell me about your life in the city.
Oh, there's not much to tell. I'm going to school for journalism. It's my second year. I ride a motorcycle in case you missed it there out front.
Ah, that's right. Just like your father.
Yeah, I suppose.
I must ask, have you heard anything from your father? Anything at all?
No, nothing since he bailed way back then.
I expected as much. He disappeared without a trace. No matter, that's ancient history. How's Sharon then?
Mom is... I had her committed to a place where she could get some real help. I just couldn't take it anymore.
I'm sorry to hear that. In spite of everything that happened when she took you away.
Yeah, about that. I'm sorry I didn't visit sooner, Grandma. Mom, she told me all these horrible lies about you and Grandpa. When I was old enough to understand what she was doing, I felt like it was much too late.
It wasn't your fault, dear. You were a child. I'm just happy that you're here now.
Me too. So, what about you? How have you been doing all these years?
I've been lonely ever since the accident. There's no denying that.
What accident?
Goodness gracious. Of course you don't know. She took you away before it all happened.
Don't know what?
I will never forget that dreadful day. August 16th, 1981. It was the middle of the night when Sheriff Truman knocked on our door. He had Joseph with him. I couldn't even recognize Joseph at first. All dirty and wet with an awful blank stare on his face, like his soul had been ripped from his body. Since that day, he never spoke a word. Forever confined to that blasted wheelchair.
Really? For all this time? I had no idea.
It came as a shock to all of us.
That's horrible, Grandma. I'm so sorry.
Thank you, dear.
Why do you think Grandpa suddenly left that night in 81?
I haven't the faintest idea. He acted very peculiar not long before it happened, disappearing for hours at a time. At first, I even suspected he was having an affair. When I asked him about it, he just said he was chasing old demons. Must have had something to do with the war.
Maybe it was post-traumatic stress disorder? Grandpa always had a hard time showing weakness.
I don't know, dear. I'm just speculating. I didn't think too much of it at the time. Joseph was a man of few words. I'm sure he just didn't wish to burden me with it, whatever it was.
What did the doctors have to say about Grandpa's condition?
Persistent vegetative state. That's what they call it. I've heard it all by now. One doctor said it was a stroke. Another claimed it was a seizure. The third hack tried to sell it off as a severe infection. It's all a load of tripe. I had an MRI performed on Joseph. It's one of those state-of-the-art head scans.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Yes, well, according to the scan, his brain was completely intact. They thought it was a technical problem at the time, some kind of glitch, but the result was the same after 3 different scans on 3 different machines. Eventually, they had to confess that they simply had no credible explanation for the state he was in.
And this injury just happened to occur on the very same night he mysteriously disappears?
Indeed. I refuse to believe it was a coincidence.
What did Sheriff Truman have to say about the matter?
Not much. He said they simply found Joseph in that condition on the outskirts of town. The sheriff was convinced there was some kind of foul play involved, but the investigation turned up nothing. He later said that he was sorry, but that he was forced to close the case.
You know, I could try to find out more about this.
You're welcome to try, dear. Some kind of closure would mean the world to me.
Okay, I think I'll head over to the sheriff's station for a little chat then. Would be nice to witness police doing some actual police service for once.
Sure, you go ahead. Let me know if I can be of any more help.
What do you think about this church, Grandma?
They seem harmless to me, but they can be a bit pushy at times.
Huh, you could say that. Handing out pamphlets at funerals is in pretty bad taste.
Awfully strange behavior for a priest, I'll give you that.
I don't want to show her that. I don't want to show her that. I don't want to show her that. She'll just start worrying about me. I don't want to show her that. Bye, Grandma. I'll be back later.
So long.
There's nothing quite like the soothing sound of rain falling on a window. Grandma has prepared some tea for us. Nah, I'm more of a coffee gal. Mary Elizabeth Rain, my grandmother on my father's side. Mind if we talk for a bit?
Not at all, dear. What's...
Well, gotta go, Gram.
Bye, Kathy.
Nice leather chair. Freckles, the old farm cat, used to love that thing. Planes, planes, and more planes. Planes, Grandpa in his Air Force uniform looks to be in his early 20s. That's my great-grandfather, Eric Wren. I never met him. They changed the spelling to Rain after he died, I think. Some woman dressed fancy. I'm not sure how I'm related to her, but she has my hair. Planes, planes, and more planes. Expensive-looking scotch. That thing has been standing there forever. Would be kind of funny to see her reaction, but no. A robust piece of wooden furniture. I used to love digging through those drawers when I was a kid, looking for coins, buttons, and trinkets. Grandpa and me, we had this game where he would hide pennies around the house and I would go on a treasure hunt. Never in the attic, though. I thought it was too scary up there. An intricate toy airplane with moving parts. I remember playing with that. Grandpa had a whole collection of them. A decent-sized book collection. Most of them science or history related from the looks of it. land of the free. Not their peak hours, it seems.
Hey, Sheriff, what's the deal with that bum?
What bum?
The one in the cell.
Oh, I thought it was with you.
Well, shit.
A bunch of cops lining up for a photo. A medieval fortress near an ocean, probably supposed to be somewhere in Europe. Various notices and a wanted poster. Fax machines, the pinnacle of modern technology. Might be something useful in there. I think he'd object. A medieval fortress near
Along, Lenny.
Okay, I
If
guess.
that cop's phone
Maybe halfway through.
might be useful somehow.
Good. We're gonna have to cancel lunch today.
Again? Oh, man.
Hey, do you mind if I use this phone here?
Sorry, that's not allowed.
Lots of police reports, organized alphabetically by the looks of it. I would, but I can't do that when he's right there. Maybe I can distract him somehow. Some young cop. Looks a bit familiar. Hi.
Hello.
Do I have to commit a crime to get your attention? Because I seriously will.
Ma'am, I'm really quite busy at the moment. Hey, wait. I know you.
I'm pretty sure you don't.
Yes, I do. You're Kathy. Kathy Rain.
My reputation precedes me, in a kind of but not totally creepy way.
Aw, come on. It's me, Lenny. Lenny Marks.
I'm drawing a blank.
Really? You don't remember us playing when we were little kids?
Not really. Sorry, buddy.
Darn. Well, that's a bummer. Anyway, what can I do for you today?
I wanted to ask if you know anything about my grandfather's accident.
I really don't know much beyond the rumors. The sheriff may have more information, but even he probably doesn't know anything that isn't in the report. It happened before either of us worked here.
Okay, I think I'll have a chat with the sheriff then.
Sure thing. His office is to your right.
What's your opinion on this church?
I think it's a nice enough church. Why?
I don't know. The priest seemed odd. Kinda pushy.
Yeah, I get your point. But I know the guy. He's harmless.
If you say so. I don't want to show him that. I don't want to show him that. Yeah, that won't get me into... I don't want to show him that. Well, gotta go.
See ya.
Yeah.